Deuteronomy chapter 7, you keep reading here about love. Yahweh set his love upon you because Yahweh loves you. Love Yahweh your God. He will love you and bless you, and so on and on. Remember that Deuteronomy is Moses' swan song. This is Moses either on the last day of his life or certainly in the last month of his life. And he's standing before Israel and reeling off this long speech that is transcribed in the book of Deuteronomy, the second law, Deuteronomus. And he talks about love here in this speech, far more than he does in the whole of Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers. 4 times more frequently he uses the word love in Deuteronomy than he does in Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers. So, in his maturity, Moses came to understand the supremacy of love. And Paul does as well. He talks in Colossians 3 about love as what he calls the bond of perfectness, which means maturity. That this is the sign of maturity. Elsewhere he says, add to this characteristic, this characteristic, this characteristic, until you come to love. 1 Corinthians 13, love is what he calls the perfect man, the mature man, into whom we must grow up. So, in a word, love is the seal, the sign, Paul says, of spiritual maturity. You see it in Moses, that at the end of his life, he's on and on and on about love, the love of God, your response to that love in love. And before you reach that maturity, you tend to think that this or that or the other is your passion, to find a purity of understanding of the Bible, purity of doctrine, for example, might at one point in your life be the most important thing, to understand Bible prophecy, etc. But I suggest that we come finally to love, that this is what it is all about. From God to me, and me to him, and that means to my neighbour as myself. This is where we're headed, to love, in all its dimensions and beauty and aspects. Let's get that as soon as we can.